the clock just a little bit. Everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to First Listen. My name is John Garcia, aka StayPuft, the heavy metal marshmallow. Keem is here with me as always, and we are joined today by Scottish black and roll outfit Hellripper, Mr. James McBain. I already asked you this, James, but let's go like for the third or fourth time. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing very well, and thank you very much for having me on here, and thank you for everyone in the chat tuning in and listening to what I have to say. And doing good.
Yeah, great to hear. Really stoked to dig into this album. I haven't listened to it yet, so this will be a true first listen for me, and I'm really stoked. So before we get into this album and everything like that, James, I'm just curious about how, what was your mindset when you first started writing this album? How are you feeling about the songs now? Are in the first conversation, take one of this, we had been talking about how, the music had been sitting for about 6 months or so because of vinyl delays and everything like that. So what is your mindset now that this is finally out into the world?
Yeah, I'm very glad to get out there finally. Like you said, with the vinyl delay and stuff. So I think, when did I finish this? I finished this in summer. Everything was done and submitted to the label in summer. And yeah, it was just kind of 6 months or so of waiting, and we had a tour and some shows in between then, so it kind of made the wait less, more bearable, I guess. But just to answer the first part, like my mindset when I first started writing, like I've said in a couple of interviews that I've done, I originally started and I was kind of writing for a more punk influenced style, kind of more similar to the earlier Hellripper stuff, if people are familiar with that. But yeah, after writing 2 or 3 songs, I listened back and I thought they were horrible. I thought they sounded forced and uninspired or something. They just sounded not as good as what I had done before. So I deleted everything and just went in a new direction and kind of decided I would give myself less limitations, with the one limitation being I want it to be black speed, black thrash at its core, but other than that, just try and bring in loads of different elements from bands that I've never explored before in my music, some of my favorite bands that aren't metal even, and seeing if I could get that into Hellripper sound in a way that wouldn't dilute the overall result, really. And it was a fun challenge. It was really enjoyable process. It's the most fun and I've had during the recording process. And yeah, it's probably the happiest I've been afterwards as well. I'm very happy with how everything turned out, and yeah.
Fuck yeah. I think that's an amazing place to start, because the very first single of this album, which is the first song on the album, exactly what you said, it was Hellripper to the core, right? But then it gets into the middle part. There's a bunch of new wave of British heavy metal in there, a lot of guitar harmonies and everything like that. The first time I heard that, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be some fucking fun shit. So I'm ready. I hope all of you are ready. Keem, are you ready?
Let's do it. Spill it.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, we're kicking things off. This is Warlocks Grim and Withered Hags by Hellripper, starting us off with the Knuckle Avi. Let's fucking go. Hello to everybody in the chat, by the way. Nice to see you. Pete, I see you. Kevin, the bodybuilding berserker. Chilo, Laura Kinney. Hello, nice to see you. Do y'all have any questions for James? Go ahead and put them in the chat. Otherwise, just sit back, crack your knuckles, and listen to this shit.
It's so strange listening to my own music.
Is it? Yeah. We've done a couple where the bands don't listen to the music, but we'll just be, what track are we on? And we'll say, they're like, oh yeah, this is the one because you guys know it, all in and out. Fuck, yes.
Yeah, this is probably the first time I've kind of slowed down something in the verse of a Hellripper track.
It works so well though, because especially with how fast the intro riff was, which I have to say, man, I don't know what type of exercises you do with the... Are you a right-handed player?
Sorry?
Are you a right-handed guitar player?
Right-handed, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what type of exercises you do with your right picking hand or something like that, dude, but it's just like, like crazy, buzzsaw crazy.
My trick is just to play Metallica and Slayer riffs as fast as I can.
Yeah.
That's how I learned, man. Yeah. Just endless creeping death, blackened, fight fire with fire.
It's all
Angel
down
of
picks
Death.
and everything like that too.
Yeah, just absolutely any thrash.
This
kind
right
of
here,
thing.
just... Oh my god. Anastis, and I apologize if I butchered your name, says 101 on how to open your album. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad people like it. It's always difficult to kind of choose an album opener.
Yeah, I always love talking about sequencing with artists and bands and stuff like that. How do you approach sequencing with your albums?
It kind of depends on what the songs sound like, I think, at the end, really. Usually, my past couple of albums, they've always ended on kind of something a bit different, more experimental or something. Usually the longest tracks, or around about the longest track. But yeah, I like to open the album with something kind of immediate. And yeah.
Yeah, and it works. Like, Keem and I are just over here just fucking...
Yeah. This was a fun riff. This riff here was originally written to be like very black metal, and it had blast beats and stuff underneath.
I love your guitar work, too. Just straight up, like, give me some speed. All right, here you go. Just that old school style of riffing that it's just, it's fast, but it still, like, makes sense, and you can hum along with guitar solos and everything like that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, this is just a Dave Mustaine solo, really. Everything is just Megadeth licks. And then this part here is my version of Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits.
Fuck yeah! Going from Megadeth to the Dire Straits, I love it!
Yeah. Then here comes the Dark Throne riff.
Yeah, 100%.
This was originally written again from a previous album, but it didn't fit the song that I was writing, so it got kept aside, and yeah, I was finally glad to use it because I really like that riff.
Yeah. And it works so well after that harmony, too, to kind of bring it... Like, this is Adrian Smith's solo right here. Like, come on.
Yeah. Could be, actually, yeah. Yeah, it sounds a bit like that. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Maiden is my favorite band, and he's my favorite guitar player of them, and so, like, any of their, like, good melodic solos and shit like that, it's like, that's Adrian Smith.
Oh yeah, man, I love Iron Maiden, especially Power Slave's one of my all-time favorite albums.
Dude, yes! I'm gonna give you a fist bump, or, like, wherever camera you're doing. That's my favorite album by them, too.
Yeah, the, what do you call it? The Live After Death is what I watched that so much during the recording, writing.
It's funny because I was just reorganizing some of my records, and I have a 1985 copy of, the double LP album of that I just found at a record store when I was in high school. And I used to, I'm more of a hobbyist guitarist and stuff like that, but I used to put the needle down on that record, and I would play with guitar all the way straight through. Because it's like a greatest hits of their early eras. It's so good.
Oh yeah, man. Absolutely.
Laura Kinney says, congrats on the album release. Every song is amazing. Definitely will have it on repeat for days.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you. But yeah, this is the album opener because it was immediate, and it represents the album kind of. It's kind of got everything in it without being too experimental and without being too safe, for lack of a better word. It's kind of the middle ground between everything on the album, I think.
Yeah, and it got me interested when this came, right, as far as like, oh shit, new Hellripper. So open the album, just saying that this is coming. So bravo, let's do this. This is I, the Deceiver.
Again, this lead part that comes up is straight from Megadeth when the lead guitar comes in.
And then there will be a Pogues riff somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was what do you call it? Good Morning Black Friday.
Exactly. Yeah,
I've always
exactly.
loved that. So
I literally just listened to Peace Sells for the first time, like all the way through, like the whole
nice.
album for the first time in like a couple of years the other day.
nice. I love that album.
Oh yeah, let's go. What I love about your shit too, James, is that you wear your influences on your sleeve, right? And it's like you can tell like where riffs come from or what bands that you've been listening to or anything like that, but it never feels like, oh, it's just a rehash of that, or it's just ripping off something. Like, there's always that spirit of love that you, like, when you really know these bands, you understand these bands, and you're putting them in, like, a goulash or soup of all these bands that existed around the same time, but never sounded all at the same time, you know?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. I mean, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Kitty Curry says, when the weakest song on the album is a 9 out of 10, you know this is album of the year material.
Thank you. Again, this is something different as well. It's just the drums is just on the toms.
I was gonna say,
I've never really done. Yeah.
Man, that riff.
That's very difficult to play. It's like string skipping.
do you have a preference on which instrument you prefer to play?
Always guitar.
Always cool.
Guitar. Yeah. This verse riff here is like kind of a Swedish D-beat kind of influence there, you know, like Wolf Brigade, Skit System, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's funny listening back to the album because then I can tell like what the influences were for like certain parts.
God, that's so cool.
The next part coming up, a few people have said it's like Judas Priest style, but I guess but the main bit was Venom. I don't know what you'll think the next bit.
Let's see.
Two-step part.
Keem's got it right.
Let's go, Keem!
Right,
let's fucking go!
This is such a fun song.
Yeah. And like, fun is the operative word, I think, with a lot of this music, right? And like, James, I appreciate artists, especially artists that, you know, lean into like the black metal sound, that are just like, we don't need to be like grim and dark and like, we can just like have fun because metal's supposed to have, not that there's anything wrong with having like a, you know, grim, dark, depressing band or anything like that, but sometimes when you mix all that stuff, it's just like, this shit you're supposed to like put on a leather jacket, get like 2 tall boys of beer, and get in the pit and spill it all over everybody. It's like a fucking overkill solo and riff right here.
Yeah, like you said, the fun thing, it's kind of, I mean, it's difficult for me to play like, you know, like to act like a character or something.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be natural for me to kind of, you know, have a persona and things like that. It works for people and works for some of the greatest bands, but it would feel weird for me.
Yeah, you're no Athanar,
That-
right? Everybody's been
Yeah.
different, different things for different people and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. That outro part there, that little guitar lick there, that was after I recorded it, I realized that it sounded like like the ending or the transition of an 80s cop movie. Like-
Hey.
Absolute justice for all Metallica.
Yeah, I hear it. It's like Eye of the Beholder or something like that.
Again, this is another different one. The first slower Hellripper track, I guess. One of my favorites, though.
I'm invested. Kitty Curry says, and I agree with this, black metal is best when it's self-aware and everyone knows they're a bunch of drunk nerds. Yeah, exactly. And then JH Frost says, this one, speaking of that, about this track, is an absolute masterpiece. This is the title track,
much.
Everybody, Warlocks Grim Withered Hags. So I know you were inspired by a lot of Scottish folklore, mythology, legends. This is kind of like an ode to Scotland, this album, is it not?
Yeah, so I moved up to the Highlands a couple of years ago, and yeah, it kind of inspired me to look into more of this kind of stuff, the folklore and the darker side of Scottish history, like the devil in Scotland and things like that. And
Word.
yeah, this track is inspired by the Robert Burns poem Address to the Dale, Address to the Devil.
Okay.
And yeah, that poem is kind of a humorous poem, kind of downplaying the devil and things like that, whereas I kind of use the lines and references from the poem to switch the point of view to being more of a devil worship song and that kind of thing, more in line with Hellripper's aesthetic, I guess. But yeah, each song is kind of based on something Scottish in some way, which again was something different and fun to do.
Yeah, and already, I mean, we're only, 3 tracks into this album so far, but it's something that I noticed because I've heard this one and the first track that we listened to, because they were released as singles, right? But already,
Yeah.
this being your third album, I know you've been doing this band for probably close to a decade now, I'd imagine,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like, you can hear the step up in the production, you can hear the step up in the influences that are going, the songwriting and everything like that, and it's just cool to see, as much as I like the other ones that you've been releasing and, you know, the EPs and all that stuff, just to see you grow as a musician and as a band and like have this next thing out there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, the goal of, I guess I'm just kind of improving and becoming more confident as a songwriter and things, and I want to try more things, try and, do something. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again, so I try and keep things a bit fresh somehow. I mean, if you compare this to like the first EP, it's very different.
Yeah. But also, like, it is the same, though, in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to the first EP and you listen to this, it's like, oh, there's just more years and everything, but that bedrock DNA and everything that's still in there is there, which I think is really cool. Because I don't think every band can do that, or they move far away from their sound. But, and Keem, I think we talk about this here on this space as well. I have this conversation all the time about how third and fourth albums of bands are the ones where they really start to have that sound and really get, because you said it, right? You're confident in the sound, you're not trying to be anything anymore. You're just writing the songs that you know you can do and that you want to do.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
This is cool. Anestis says, I like the slowest parts, quote unquote. They kind of prepare you for the mayhem that comes.
Yeah, this album definitely has more dynamics than before as well, like kind of tempo changes, and here's the acoustic guitar for the first time.
And a song with bagpipes in it too.
Yeah, this has got bagpipes at the end, this one.
This is your progressive metal song.
Yeah. Well, that one's at the end.
Oh, you the 8.5 minute long song? All right.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like a Kirk Hammett solo right there.
Cool. I was a lot of the little note choices I think are Jeff Waters from Annihilator.
Oh, word, yeah.
Or what I attempted to do. Maybe I mean, I'm not going to compare myself to Jeff Waters, of course. So it's probably me trying to do something like that, and it turns out nowhere near. Here comes the bagpipes.
I lost my shit when I heard this for the first time, dude. I lost my shit. Like, let's fucking go.
And I was playing it because we had to practice this for like live shows and stuff. I was playing it. And this part is very Iron Maiden, like Dance of Death kind of thing, which wasn't intentional, but I love that album. I love that song as well. So
it's a really an underrated album in my opinion. That was the first new Iron Maiden album I ever bought.
Okay.
Yeah, because like it came out in 2003. I was in middle school, I think, and I had just gotten into the band. And I heard, Number of the Beast, Power Slave, Brave New World, and those at the record store. It's like new Iron Maiden. It's like, oh, and it was so cool to go from those albums to Dance of Death. Because it was almost like you didn't miss any time. But yeah, I mean, like one of the things too is that might have been also the least cacophonous I've ever heard bagpipes. Because they're just like very echoing and all that stuff. But it's just like no, that weren't like you could have very easily just done that melody with like a distorted guitar or something like that. But having the bagpipe in there, just A, it goes with the band, and B, when the fuck do you ever hear that? I don't.
Yeah, it was something different to try for sure. Yeah, it was fun to get them in there, and yeah, I didn't know if it would work at all. Like I thought maybe I don't know what it would sound like, So I just thought, yeah, let's try it. Yeah, there was guitar underneath, so I think that was one of the ones where I've recorded like 6 guitars at the same time. So you've got like 2 rhythm guitars, so maybe 5 guitars actually, and then you've got harmonized guitars on each side, and then in the middle there's like a really quiet guitar that you can't really hear, kind of playing some sort of melody similar to the bagpipes as well. And yeah, that was quite difficult to mix, to try and get the bagpipes like prominent, but not too prominent.
They just blow through everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and for ages I kept having them too quiet, and people were like, I can't even tell there's bagpipes there, So yeah, it took a little bit of time trying to, because I mean I've never mixed bagpipes before, so I was trying to understand how to mix bagpipes and make them work, especially in the context of like this kind of music. So yeah, like I say, again, this was something new and really fun. Turned out one of my favorites, even though it's the first like slow Hellripper track. Yeah.
Works good for the title track. So let's fucking go. Keem still vibing over there. Let's fucking do this shit. This is probably my favorite titled song on the album, Goat Vomit Nightmare. Let's go, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah! This is like, again, the sequencing. Like, that's exactly what you need after that kind of like longer epic song. So good.
Oh, I was vibing because I was like playing along with it, and I'm like in the middle of Goat Vomit Nightmare.
Oh, oh shit!
I'm like, wait a minute.
Can you not hear the songs in the headphones, dude?
Yeah, I am, but I like listen to it on my own end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, you good. That's my favorite song so far.
Thank you, man. Yeah, this song's like influenced by a lot like blues and different stuff. The main influence was kind of I don't know if you're familiar with Billy Strings, a bluegrass guitar player. He's ridiculously good. He was that kind of stuff. The verses, a lot of stuff like by Joe Bonamassa, the Stray Cats, Dire Straits again. The chorus is a mixture of Red Hot Chili Peppers and Jimi Hendrix.
It's like a grab bag of different
What
things.
an opposite, but it works.
It does.
This is one of those type of songs that could be in like a video game. Like,
Oh, that'd be killer, man.
like I don't know if you know, like Killing Floor, or like I can just hear this, like, or even like a Tony Hawk game. Like this is one of those soundtracks.
Oh man, that's the dream. Tony Hawk game. That'd be the dream, man.
Cloth PS says, or Cloths? I'm sorry, I don't know your username. It says a lot of the riffs remind me of Sonic Adventure 2. Which,
Excellent.
yeah, the music in
What's up,
Sonic
Cloth?
Adventure 2 is incredible.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Ooh, hello.
This part here where it gets slower, that was recorded by accident, and I liked it, so I kept it. This part here.
Did like the tempo accidentally get changed in the tab program or something?
No, it was just the not the slow down bit, but the riff. It goes like it changes key or whatever. Just for like 1 or 2 bars, and it was because I accidentally recorded the wrong riff, and I listened back and I preferred it, so I kept it.
Happy accidents.
Yeah.
God, it's fucking...
Yeah, that song. Yeah,
barely
yeah,
3
that was,
minutes. Done. So, I'm sorry, James, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that last track, that was written. That was like halfway written near the end of the recording, and one of the tracks that was originally on the album, I didn't like it. So with like 2 weeks until I had to submit it, I just deleted that track and I recorded that one.
Love it.
Here comes the Tomaraya, the mandatory Tomaraya.
Yes! And see, like, that's what I'm talking about, right? Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, that's fucking Angel of Death, that's Tomaraya, but no one's gonna be like, fuck this guy for doing that. It's just like, yeah, you did it! Ooh, I like the production in that, the echo.
Again, that part took me so long to figure out. Like, I couldn't figure out how to transition there. I'm trying to remember what that lead guitar part was influenced by. I can't remember.
Ish says that this is their current favorite song. Maybe that'll change. This is all over the place. Moldy Princess says, can't wait for not to Sydney next month. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, a lot of our colleagues will be over there. That should be fun. Clo says that this song, one of the best intros to a Hellripper song ever.
Thanks very much, Chloe.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Knotfest should have flown Keem out to Sydney for the fest. I agree. What are they doing, Keem?
Hey, next time I'll go to Sydney. Throw it out in some Sydney pits. I love how you let, like, for each song, like, you let your influences, like, be known, and like we can pick it up. It's like, and so it's like a hey, I love your music, so I just gotta pay homage a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's a good song, it's a good song, man. And I'm not trying to be super avant-garde, innovative, like original kind of thing.
Right.
This is Judas Priest right here.
It's like you're basically taking that old sound and making it modern. You're just
Yeah.
bringing it back.
Yeah, and that's kind of the goal. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I love both like
Yeah.
modern music and old school music, so I like to try and bridge the gap as opposed to going just in one direction.
Holy shit.
Pete Gillespie, James, says, how good are you at letting songs go? As in, do you know when a song is finished or do you tweak a lot?
Great question.
Yeah, I kind of tweak a lot, but yeah, it really depends. Actually, it depends on the song. Sometimes I'm just really not happy with something. Yeah, it's a difficult one. It kind of really depends on the song. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is some Iron Maiden.
Yeah, dude, this song is out of control, dude.
The part just before the first solo, I don't know if you heard it, was like an Iron Maiden kind of melody. And underneath there's like a little funk guitar part that's barely audible in one speaker that was like Red Hot Chili Peppers influenced there.
I'll listen for it again when I got my really, really nice headphones on.
Yeah. And then here comes the Megadeth again.
Is Dave Mustaine right there?
Yeah. And then this next solo is by my friend Joseph, who's ridiculous. He's got a very different style to me, which is really cool, having him involved.
Yeah, you can hear the different guitar tone and everything like that as well. It makes it stand out a little bit too. God damn.
I think that's the fastest song I've ever written.
But yeah, because that song was what, almost 6 minutes long, and it felt like it went by like that. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, get your Motorhead on. This is the Hissing Marshes. Yes! Yes!
Again, this was something different, even though it sounds, not so different to some other Hellripper stuff. It was the kind of lead guitar kind of playing during the verse is something I haven't really done before, I don't think.
Wow.
So it's kind of new for me.
Noel Rojas says, James, this is an awesome release. It's album of the year for me, and it actually defines the black thrash genre. Fuck yeah.
Thank you so much, Noel. Thank you so much.
Jesus Christ. Do you have an idea of what songs that you might want to play live?
Yeah, we just played a live show last weekend, actually.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Kind of the album, yeah. And we played The Knuckle of E, Goat Vomit Nightmare, the title track, and Poison Room. So we played those 4, and yeah, they were sounding cool. I really enjoyed Goat Vomit Nightmare and the Knuckle V. They were so much fun to play live.
Hell yeah. The reason I ask is I feel like this one would also go down a tree in a live environment.
Yeah.
So.
We'll probably add it at some point.
Fuck yeah. It's a little bit of neoclassical right there. That was cool.
I'm trying to remember where I was influenced by something there as well. This was one of the first songs written, so it was actually re-recorded because I recorded everything. It was during COVID, so I didn't have my main guitar. That was at my parents' because I don't have a guitar shop near me, and I needed to get it fixed and set up and things. So I started recording the album with another guitar of mine. And then when I got my other guitar back, I realized I liked the sound better, so I basically just re-recorded everything.
Yeah, Clo says, as a bassist, I need to learn this immediately. Yeah, that tone back there is fucking great.
This is another one, another solo by my friend Joseph.
He's a really good player.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's the live guitarist for Hellripper as well.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. All right, everybody, we got 2 more songs left, if you can believe it. I think that this album is going to do very well because of how easy it is to just, like, spin over and over again. Like, it's... We're like this, you know, 45 minutes or whatever it is, right? But just, you mentioned it at the offset, the dynamics and the diversity between tracks and how every song is different. It's going to lend itself really, really well. I mean, people have already been talking about how much they've been spinning it today in the chat. I think that's just going to lend itself to more listens because of how different all of these songs are.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. I mean, that's always the aim, just to... Yeah.
There have been a couple of comments about how much everybody loves the vocals on this specific release. Did you do anything different this time around, or was it just a matter of, like, you've been using your voice for a while, so you knew how to record it and what to do?
Not really. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe... Yeah, I'm not too sure. No, nothing.
All right, there you
really
go.
Different. Maybe. Yeah. I did try a few different things with the vocals, you know, like there's a lot more like death growls, there's some like a spoken word parts on the first track and stuff, so I think the vocals are a bit more diverse within a certain spectrum. And again, this next solo is by Joseph again. Three songs in a row.
James is just like, I'm tired, give someone else a try. I got shit to do.
This part here, that very end part, that was, I think he was influenced by Queen for that part.
Oh, word.
And he told me that, so I told him to like harmonize it, you know, like Brian May does like these weird harmonies.
Yeah.
And he was not pleased when I told him to harmonize it because it was very difficult, he said.
Do it again, but
that's his problem.
Yeah, Kitty Curry says Hellripper songs about witches are the best.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs is Blood Orgy of the She-Devils. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of harmonized guitars. Listening back to this album, there's quite a lot of harmonized guitars.
You can never go wrong with double, triple, quadruple
know.
guitar harmonies. Never.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right. I feel like I have to pause this for 5 seconds just to say, everybody, we've reached the last song of the album. Don't worry, we'll be here for almost 10 minutes as Mester Stur Worm, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, James, or not, is the longest track on the album. Anything you want to say about this track before we hit play?
Yeah, man, there's I'm just gonna go into my folder right now. I'll see how many versions of this track I have.
Wow.
I was writing, like, I was writing this, and I started writing this about 3 years ago. And yeah, I remember it was so difficult to decide on a direction I was going, because this song is probably structure wise, it's usually I go for your kind of verse chorus type thing or similar. But this kind of, I wanted to follow a story, so it's kind of more linear. So I think I can't remember. People in the chat can count along, but there's between 18 and 21 different like parts or something like that, which is new because usually I'm like 5 or 6. Yeah, I'm counting the versions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 19 versions of this song.
Jesus Christ.
In some form. Yeah, and they're like the same for the most part until like one part will change. Like I think the last 4 minutes of this track or something, I didn't know where I wanted to go originally, and I tried probably like 12 different ways before eventually settling on what we got here. I thought this was the best because it was really annoying. I had like a cool part, and I remember it worked better in one of the other songs. I can't remember which part and which song it was right now, but I had a cool part on this that like was a good transition, and I used it on a different track because it worked better. And I thought, oh no, so now I need to kind of redo this one, which was annoying because it wasn't like that I didn't like the part. It was just that you can't repeat yourself.
Right.
But yeah, it's a fun song to play. One of my favorite songs I've written. It's got loads of influences. I'm sure you'll hear loads more black metal, some kind of melodeath, some again acoustic guitars, some Agalock type things, some death hammer, necromantheon, Norwegian thrash. It's kind of got everything in it that I've kind of wanted to incorporate. It's I tried to go on like a kind of journey on this one, I guess, if that's the right word. And
Well, let's go on that journey with you, everybody.
All out the bag.
Already, let's go. This is Mester Stur Worm. I had butchered that. Mester Stur Worm. I'm not dyslexic at all. This is the last track. Oh no, wait. Why am I hitting play on this one? It's on my phone. I've got the songs up on my computer, and then I was hitting play, and it's like, why is it not playing? Because I'm running everything off my phone. Yeah, Anestis, you're very welcome. We'll be here. I don't want to say every single week because I don't know if we have anyone lined up next week or not, but we'll be here. Well, this is weird. Hang on. My Bluetooth just went out. The song broke the stream again, Keem.
Well,
Oh, you know why? Disconnect. My Bluetooth headphones, my earbuds are in my pocket by accident because I forgot to put them back in their little thing. And by moving around, I turned them on. So it's like, yeah, so it's like, you don't need that phone audio anymore, buddy. Like, we're listening to this through the headphones. There we go. All right. At least we figured out what the deal was this time. Yari says, killer stuff, man. Really can't wait to hear some of it live in a few weeks at the Welcome to Hellfest. We got someone in the chat.
Thank you, Yari. We'll see you there.
Any plans to get to the US anytime soon?
I'd love to. Not this year.
Expensive, I imagine. They're trying to make it
Yeah,
more
man.
expensive for everybody coming through.
I saw that. Yeah. As soon as we can, we will. As soon as it makes sense.
The wait will be worth it. What is this song about?
So the Sturworm is a kind of like a sea serpent that kind of terrorizes the kingdom, and it's all very metal. He demands a sacrifice of virgins every Saturday, I believe it was.
Saturday?
Yeah, I think so.
shit.
If I remember correctly. And yeah, eventually they decide they need to kill this sea serpent because its reign of terror has gone on too long, and so the son of a local farmer, like an unlikely hero, comes, kills the Sturworm, and yeah, the Sturworm dies and kind of forms its body and teeth and things like that kind of form the islands, like Orkney Islands and things like that.
Oh, that's badass, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's metal as fuck.
It's the same. It's kind of the Scottish Orcadian version of. I can't think of it. The Norse one that Amon Amarth. What's the song? I'm gonna type it in. Amon Amarth did an album about it. Twilight of the Thunder God, I believe it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's based on the Norse version of this.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, Kitty Curry says, you think they'd run out of virgins after a couple of weekends? Oh, hello.
This is my favorite riff on the album. This is a very Sabbath part. I was listening to a lot of Typo Negative at this point.
It's almost Opethian, also. That low guttural vocals with the riff behind it.
Yep, that was the aim. Opeth and Edge of Sanity, Witherscape, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Fuck, yes.
Kind of rock and roll guitar sound in there.
Kitty Curry again says, all right, I'm going to say it. This is a power metal song in disguise, especially towards the end. Ain't nothing wrong with power metal, everybody. Yeah, dude.
And then this next part is very King Diamond, like the solo.
Well, I will hold off what I was going to say.
Kind of the rhythms, not the actual guitar playing itself, but the...
I can hear it. I went on a big Merciful Fate kick at the end of last year, so I was going to see them in Atlanta. And then I got COVID and couldn't go. I was so pissed. What the fuck? Yeah, dude. Just from a couple of years ago, hearing those songs and then hearing this one, like, dude, I cannot wait to hear, like, next album, one after that, one after that. And just like, you know, it's so cool to be able to see this music grow and progress and just be able to do your thing that you want to do and have it still come out in a way that a lot of people like connect with it and get down with it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next. We'll see.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And then we enter Maiden mode in 3, 2, 1.
I'm done, Keem, I'm done, that's it, I'm walking out. Clo or Chilo, I'm sorry, friend, I don't know how to say your name. When I first listened to this song, when I was, it was the first time I got overwhelmed by how heavy a song was in years.
Love to hear it. Love it. So now this is the part in the story when the battle's won, the kingdom is kind of safe, and so I wanted a kind of triumphant.
That's exactly the word I was going to use, because it's just like a crowd surfing part, right? You feel weightless so that you could get out, you know?
Yeah, the triumphant part is very, I was listening to a lot of Agalloch, especially the Mantle and the Faustian Echoes EP. No idea if it sounds like that.
No, honestly, I probably
remember
wouldn't
listening to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put that together, I don't think, unless you had said it, but now that you did, I can, just scrolling back through my brain at the Agalloch records I've listened to, it's like, yeah, I can hear that.
Such a journey. Such a journey.
And that last part there, like the weird, like it just stops and goes into that weird, like echoed guitar. That was influenced by both Master of Puppets and the song Central by John Frusciante. Yeah, different ends of the spectrum, but yeah, the kind of similar ending where it's just kind of a weird guitar or instrumental, like kind of weird, echoey, ambient, almost backwards kind of sounding guitar. Yeah, and I liked it coming to kind of an abrupt end almost, but still fading out a little. Again, that was an accident actually. Originally, yeah, I can't remember what I was supposed to do, but yeah, I accidentally like removed one of the tracks, like cut one of the tracks, and it just abruptly ended. And I thought, oh wow, that sounds cool.
Bob Ross says those happy little accidents, you know, you can't plan for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck yeah. Everybody, that was Warlocks Grim and Withered Hags by Hellripper. Dude, holy shit. Like, yeah, fucking I gotta like put myself back together for a second, especially after the end of that song. You know, Keem, what are your thoughts?
This is a great fun album. Like I don't know,
Oh,
I was
thank you,
expecting
man.
it to be dark, but it's like fun. It's very nostalgic, and this gets. I can see why everyone's like repeat, 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 repeat. This is such a good album, and I'm probably gonna listen to
Thank
it
you so much,
again.
man.
Probably
Thank
after
you
this.
so much, man.
Yeah, this is such a fun album, man.
Fuck yeah. James, last question that I always ask everybody before we wrap up for the stream is when people listen to this album, whether it's, you know, right now, whether it's on demand on the stream a little bit later, or just whenever they're spinning it later in the year, what do you want them to take away from it?
I don't want them to take away anything. I just hope they enjoy it. I'm just grateful people want to listen to the music, that people give it a go. You know, it's crazy that something that started in my parents' bedroom, like just like in my parents' bedroom. What am I speaking about? In my parents' house, in my bedroom at my parents' house, just kind of went on to like that people are listening to it. I mean, I had no expectations at the start that anyone other than like 10 people in my local scene would enjoy the music or would like or would give it a go. So I'm just grateful that people want to listen, and yeah, I hope they like it. I hope they think the songs are good. If not, that's understandable. You can't please everyone. Not everyone's going to like everything. So yeah, I mean, yeah, just yeah.
There it is. Yeah, there's no right or wrong
There it is.
answer.
Yeah.
No right or wrong answer for that one. And I think that was like that's what you want, man. And yeah, people
so-
are jiving with the songs. They do like them, and as we can see from the love that you're getting in the chat, like fuck yeah, man. I hope that this album brings you like all the success that you can muster and that can take
Thank
you
you,
to
man.
all different places and corners of the world. And I hope that it gets so many people even more excited for this band in the coming years, because it's been a slow roll as you've been building this thing over, and I feel like
Yeah.
with this album it's the payoffs are really starting to show themselves, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, like you say, it's been kind of a gradual thing with each album, each release kind of, yeah, getting a bit more attention. And I think that's probably for the best, because I've said to a few other people, I couldn't imagine if I went from nothing to, like, if I went from what it was like during the first EP to this, like overnight, that it would be, you know, so jarring, so overwhelming and things. You know, there's so much more going on right now, like so much more to do, so much more to organize, you know, just especially being a one man, like a solo project. Like, since I'm in charge of everything, it's like, especially today, I woke up with like 1,000 notifications or something, and it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm glad it's been like a gradual thing, you know, to kind of get me used to it over the years. And yeah, I'm glad I'm just pleased with, like, again, like people like yourself and spreading the word and having me on stream and reviewing the album and people sharing it on Facebook and stuff. Like, I'm very grateful for any support, and any even like little bit of support helps. Like, sometimes people don't realize, but like even just liking a status or something, or saving something to a Spotify playlist, liking your Instagram photo, every tiny bit helps. Like, it pushes things like that 1% further, and it all adds up and stuff. So yeah, I'm very grateful for everyone that supported the band. And yeah, I hope to, like I said, hope to get to the US at some point, and Australia. And I mean, I think it will happen. I hope it will happen, but it's just it's got to be when the time is right, when it makes sense, and when it's kind of doable, when it's best for the band and things. But yeah,
When the goat
yeah,
is
things are
ready,
going
when the
well.
goat is ready, it will take over the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, I say we leave it there, everybody. Hey, this has been James McBain from Hellripper on First Listen. Everybody go get the album. If you didn't pre-order it, you've still got time to go buy it. Go add it to your Spotify, your Apple Music, your Tidal library, all that shit. Spin it, share it. Support, just like James said, support the shit that you love, everybody. Warlocks Grim and Withered Hags by Hellripper is out now. So everybody, thank you so much, James, for taking the time out of your day to talk with us, listen to your album, and tell us stories about your band, dude.
And thank you for having me, and thank you for listening to me and allowing other people to be subject to my ramblings.
Absolutely. Hey, it's what Keem and I are here for. We love it.
Yeah, that's what we hear.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. I don't know. I know for sure that the next first listen that we're doing is Night Demon in March, but I think that we may be adding some stuff between that. So just, hey, stay tuned on my socials, on Keem's socials, on the Knotfest socials, and we'll let you know. But until then, for Hardcore Keem, for James McBain and Hellripper, I'm John StayPuft Garcia. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay heavy. Stay puft.